as soon as you bill for those store materials, pay your suppliers.
Yeah.
That's going to get you a good working relationship with them.
Right.
If they send out product and then you pay them within 30, 45 days, they're going to love you.
Okay.
Next project, we're going to give him good pricing.
Mm-hmm.
You do that again, your pricing may get a little better on the next project.
It's the ProfitDig Radio Show.
Welcome back to the ProfitDig Radio Show. I'm Chris Work. I'm here with Jeff Spencer.
What's up, Chris?
Same old stuff, Jeff. How about you?
That's the same.
Well, good. I'm a creature of habit. If things start changing up too much on me, I get a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
Panic mode. I try to stay even keel if I can. But
straight and steady.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, Jeff, we were talking earlier. Business is booming, which is awesome. Everybody seems to be back to work, getting stuff done. Something we haven't talked about recently, and I'm curious what that looks like today, is the subcontractors out there. Anything changing for these guys, or is it business as usual for them?
Well, the market's good for them right now too.
Yeah.
It's anybody in the construction business right now in Middle Tennessee is busy.
If you know what you're doing, you're busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when it comes to subs, it's kind of like we were talking about earlier. You need to be prepared to use a sub.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is, like, if I'm bidding a project and I bid it for my company and my guys to do it, well, I've got a certain amount of cost plus my profit margin.
Right.
Well, if you don't get a sub involved up front, then you get awarded this job, you don't have the manpower to do it. So now you got to sub it out. So now your subs cost is going to be primarily roughly the same as yours.
Your cost.
Yeah.
That's not making anything.
Right. So when I call up my sub and say, hey, I need you to quote this job for me, then he gives me pricing back and he's right there where I am. Then if you can't man the job, you have no choice but to give it to him. Well, at this point, he's doing it at your cost. So you're not making any money off of it, and there's a good chance you may lose some money on it.
Yeah.
Because he's got his set rate, he's got to make just like you got yours.
Absolutely.
So right now in a busy market, if you're already maxed out on manpower, then future jobs you're bidding, I would recommend, if you think you're going to sub them out, to go ahead and get your sub involved in a bidding process, take his price, and if you think he's high or whatever, do a little negotiating with him.
Mm-hmm.
When he gives you his final numbers, then you put your markup on it and submit your bid.
Yeah.
If you get the job, then you're going to make money on it. If you don't get your job, then no harm, no foul. Move on to the next one.
Yeah.
But, it's very important if you're maxed out and know you're going to have to use a sub, get pricing up front. Don't wait till the last minute to get pricing and it costs you money.
What about the subs? I mean, are they being called on more than they were in the past? Is that impacting how they're bidding stuff right now? I mean, is it ultimately increasing?
I'm sure it is, because a lot of subs, they're maxed out just like we are.
Just like you are, yeah.
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 So their prices are going to increase, and be up front with your subs. When you request pricing, say, hey, this job has the potential to start in 90 days, whatever it may be, to make sure that they can do their portion of work in a time frame that's allotted. If not, you may have to search for another sub.
Right.
And, if you've been in business for a while, you're going to have a group of subs that you feel comfortable working with.
Mm-hmm.
So you start off with sub A, then go to B, then to C, so on and so forth, until you finally get a manageable bid proposal you can turn in that's got a decent amount of profit, involved for you and your company.
We have an application, obviously, called ProfitDig.
Right.
It makes it easy to manage your bid proposals.
Yes.
You can organize them by project. You can track your cost on a job. If I'm a contractor, and let's just say I sub I don't know, a very large percentage of my work out. Do I still need an application like ProfitDig
Sure.
to track my cost?
Sure.
Okay.
And, it's, regardless if you're bidding hard numbers for your company or if you're bidding with subcontractors involved, like ProfitDig, we have a spot allocated for subcontractors. And when you come up to unforeseens on a project, then your sub has got to submit a change order. Well, I have the contract with the GC, sub has a contract with me. So your subcontractor is submitting a change order to you. Well, I enter the subcontract cost and then I put my markup on it and then I submit that to the company we're working for. Well, then at that point, I'm making money and sub's making money and we've got an approved change order, but with ProfitDig, you can track that cost from start to finish.
Start to finish. So I can see the initial bid plus all my change orders and everything.
And then you track your cost, whatever it may be, your sub is X amount of dollars. So, you can track that cost on your sub and then whatever manpower you may have or whatever cost you may have in-house, you can enter that cost through our application as well based off the original budget that you projected in the bid process.
Sure.
In which if you reach out to a sub, your sub is automatically included in that original bid process.
Right.
So you're tracking cost on him through your original bid as well as tracking cost through him on your change
On
order.
the change order.
Yeah.
Which makes total sense.
Yeah, or it may be multiple change orders. It may
Sure.
be 8 or 10 change orders in one project.
Right.
But there again, he's your sub, so he gives you a price, you put your markup on it, you submit it, and you either get approved or you don't.
Right.
And then if it goes into negotiation, you negotiate with your sub, get the best price you can, then you go back with your markup on there, and hopefully you can work out a deal.
Yeah, get the job. All right. Let's say I'm working for someone else and I wanted to take the leap and go out on my own. Is now a good time to do that? Or would you recommend that I stay put? And why?
Anytime that the market is good, it's a good time to take the leap.
To go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's going to be based on your knowledge.
Sure.
And,
Right. And a lot of factors go into
a lot of factors go into it.
Sure.
But, if
I
you...
just didn't know if uncertainty and equipment, or not equipment, but material prices and other things. But like you said, I guess we're all paying the same amount. So
all
I guess
paying
it
the
really
same
no
thing.
difference,
It just depends on how good a relationship you have with your material suppliers.
Sure.
If you're using your material suppliers to finance a job, there's a pretty good chance you're going to buy materials at a higher rate than I am.
Question. All right. So let's say I do have a relationship with a material guy, but this is through the company I work for. Does that relationship continue if I were to go out on my own, or is there a little bit of butterflies in the stomach of my rep because he knows that, well, I know that you know the industry, but this is your first time footing the bill and, managing everything from beginning to end on the site?
Well, if you've got a good relationship built through the company you work for right now with your material suppliers,
Yeah.
then I think your first initial project, they're going to work with you. They're going to give you really good pricing
Okay.
to help you get started.
Yeah.
Now, how you handle that situation
Sure.
is going to depend on what that material supplier does with you in the future projects.
Right.
So, having a good line of credit to operate off of,
Okay.
to where the main thing you want to do is get your material suppliers paid in a timely fashion, because they're not there to finance your job.
Sure.
Every project you have the opportunity to bid for stored materials. You or bill for stored materials. As soon as you bill for those stored materials, pay your suppliers.
Yeah.
That's going to get you a good working relationship with them.
Right.
If they send out product and then you pay them within 30, 45 days, they're going to love you.
Okay.
Next project, we're going to give him good pricing.
Mm-hmm.
You do that again, your pricing may get a little better on the next project.
Okay.
And same thing, it's like you're bidding a project. The GCs and the owners are reaching out to you. You're not the only one bid on that project. They're going
Right.
to get 3, 4, 5 different bids. Same thing with you. When you're dealing with material suppliers, don't just put all your eggs in one basket. Don't be focused on this one material supplier. Ask for multiple quotes. And then you can actually get your suppliers into a bidding war, hey, you're beat. Do you want this job or not?
Right.
And
because they're not giving materials away.
no, they're not giving no. And you know they have markup on them, and
Sure.
your sales reps have a set amount they get paid every week, but they also work off commission.
Right.
Commission's the biggest part of their salary.
Yeah, and they don't want to give material
No,
away.
so you know you got to really be cautious. You know, you can hit them up some, but you don't want to get into their pocket,
Right.
because if you're hitting your material suppliers up week after week, month after month, you know they're going to get to the point where, you know, I can't make any money, you know, because he's always saying that, you know, I don't have good pricing, and
Yeah.
but you know you
They'd be just better off without your business at
Right,
all at that point.
exactly.
So, yeah.
So, you know, it's kind of a catch-22. You know, you got to look at all 3 or 4 quotes you got there and make a good decision. And if you got one supplier you like working with more than others, then don't be afraid to say, hey, you know, you're a little bit high. I want to work with you. Can you do any better?
Right. Well, it all makes sense. Jeff, as always, appreciate you sharing your knowledge with us.
Yes, sir, Chris. Enjoyed
And we'll
it,
be
man.
back again. Yep, same here.
Check us out on YouTube, Facebook. Hit the like button. Check us out on our website, www.profitdig.com. We're here to help any way we can.
That's it.
And everybody needs a job costing and estimating software. Check us out.